Well, I'm afraid so, Nigel. It's I guess what you could say is the perfect storm within the dairy industry. During COVID, we were encouraged to reduce milk because of the closure of coffee shops and what have you. And now suddenly they want to turn the button back on again, and for all the dairy farmers to increase more milk. When at the same time, fertilizer costs have gone threefold through the roof, and so naturally farmers are going to reduce putting fertilizer on their ground. That's going to reduce the grass yields, and consequently the milk yields will come down. So, and with obviously all the energy costs increasing, it's a perfect storm, I'm afraid.
It is, and of course, Winterdale cheese is your product, or one of your products. I
Yeah,
assume there's a knock-on effect to cheese prices too.
yeah, it's an interesting one because obviously milk's gone up literally in the last month or so by more than 25%. Obviously, milk is the main ingredient in cheese, and so consequently, I would be seeing cheese prices straight away having to increase by probably around about £1 a kilo just to cover that increase in milk cost. So, I mean, we're very lucky that we do use some of our milk into cheese making, and we've just started to try and bottle our own milk as well. So we're cushioning ourselves a little bit, but even so, it's a big problem for all dairy farmers.
Now, I know the supermarkets, Robin, have been widely criticised by your industry for driving prices to the floor and indeed forcing many in the dairy industry to simply pack up, to fly the white flag and say enough's enough. Can you put forward any constructive suggestion right now in terms of milk pricing and the survival of many in the dairy industry?
Well, I think ultimately the end customer has to pay more for the milk. If the production costs are where they are, there's nothing we can do about that. And the other problem we have in the industry is that probably I think the average. I went to a meeting not that long ago, and the average age of that dairy farm in that room was probably over pensioning age. So you've got an industry with clearly a very high age population of dairy farmer, and it's not encouraging younger people into the industry purely because we're not being paid the right price and it's not covering our production costs.